Today, I have 5 different budget gaming mice that you guys may be able to buy for your gaming setup. I'm gonna go through each one, starting with the Lorian wireless gaming mice. So let's go ahead and get started. By the way, before I start this video, I'm gonna be giving away one of these mice in this video to one of you guys. So all you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment what mouse you want, and I'll pick a winner within a week. Enjoy the video.
Something to note about all these mice in this video though is all of them are wireless, they're all under $40, and they all are currently able to be purchased on Amazon if you would need to. This is the Lorian wireless gaming mouse. In the box, it comes with a USB Type-C cable and the mouse itself. My first impression right out of the box is that this mouse is pretty heavy. It has 2 programmable buttons on the left side of the mouse. Since the mouse is USB Type-C, it offers pretty fast charging for the most part. DPI goes up to 4,800, which isn't high, but it works. Conveniently, on the bottom of the mouse, there is a dongle holder, so you can just put your dongle in there when you're done, or if you want to travel with it. If I'm being honest, I have no idea how to change the RGB on this mouse. I've tried literally everything. It says that there's a button on the bottom of the mouse, but when I click it, it just says purple, so I don't know how to change it. Talk about the mouse skates and how well this mouse glides. This mouse weighs 87 grams, and it's pretty heavy. And the skates aren't too bad. It glides pretty nicely, but the one gripe I have about this mouse is how much it actually weighs. One thing I don't really like about this mouse is how much weight is in the back of the mouse. As you can see when I'm throwing it around, it starts kind of turning a bit. That means that the top of the mouse is lighter than the bottom of the mouse. Personally, it would feel like you're dragging the mouse across everything instead of actually just gliding with it. Might just be a preference thing, by the way, but I've just noticed it and I thought I would mention it. Last thing I'll talk about this mouse is the shape isn't too bad. For someone who has pretty small hands, it is not too bad to play on. Moving on to the KM5 gaming mouse. This is the second affordable mouse on this list, and it is $19.99 for this mouse. Out of the box, it's literally just the mouse and a cable. It's pretty simple. The shape is actually pretty interesting and unique. It kind of reminds me of the Razer Death Adder. 2 programmable buttons on the left side, and they do feel pretty solid as well. The main 2 clicks do sound and feel a little muddy, which if you don't care about that, then that's fine. But they do feel a little muddy, and they aren't going to feel as responsive as other mice. On the bottom of the mouse, it does have a switch to turn it on and off, and that's pretty much it. So the skates on the bottom don't feel very great. If I'm being honest, I had to check if there was like something on them or anything. You can see it in the glide test where I literally wiped them down. It did not feel great at all. It's not the weight. The weight is 62 grams on this mouse, and it does not feel like 62 grams. It feels a lot heavier. There's a lot more drag because the mouse skates aren't great. My overall thoughts for this mouse is that if the glide was better, it would be a better budget option, but the skates are pretty bad. So if you wanted to buy different skates and maybe try to fix it, it's kind of a decent mouse, but I wouldn't recommend going to that lengths, especially since there are other budget options on this list. In this video, you're going to see there are way better than this. Stop. Before we get into any more mice in this video, I wanted to give a quick shout out for my mousepad brand, Gutsy80.com. Sell a variety of different premium desk mats. Can match your setup with any colorway. The key features about them is they're 4 mil thick, which means they're super thick. Rubber backing is solid, and the stitch edging is really tight and durable. And on top of that, our glide is super solid. It tested all the mice in this video on the same mousepad, which is ours. If you liked anything you saw in the video, well, make sure to go right to the description and check it out there. Thank you guys all for your continued support, and let's get back to the video. I'm gonna butcher this brand's name. I'm just calling it right now, so don't be mad at me in the comments. This is the X44 by Ioso. I hope I said that right. Anyways, let's get this mouse out of the box. I gotta give credit where credit's due. This unboxing experience was pretty nice. The box looked cool and bright, and I actually really enjoyed unboxing it. As of the time of this recording, it is $29.99, and it has a 10% off coupon you can use on Amazon. Once I got the mouse out of the box, the first thing I noticed was how light this mouse actually is. It comes with a USB Type-C cable and the dongle as well in the same bag. It does have 2 programmable buttons on the left side. It does have some minimal branding underneath the side buttons, which is pretty common at this price range. Front side button has a little bit of a grip. I think it's so you know which one's the front and back if you're not looking, which is kind of a nice touch. It does have a reported up to 150 hours of battery life, and it's got a 1 millisecond response time rate as well. Now just listen to how the clicks sound, because honestly, they're pretty solid too. Now let's talk about the glide and the skates themselves. I've got to say, this is probably the best mouse skates that I have ever seen on a budget mouse. Now, the mouse is 49 grams, and it literally felt like I was floating with this mouse. The skates on this mouse turn any mouse pad into a speed pad because of how insane these skates are. Honestly, I was really impressed. Moving on to the next mouse on this list. This is the Ajaz AJ199. I gotta say, the unboxing experience on this mouse also is really solid as well, and and I do like their branding. But let's get it out of the box, shall we? Once you open up the box, you see the mouse, the dongle on the right, and then a braided cable as well. Now, I personally love this shape. As soon as I grabbed it out of the box, I noticed how nice this shape really is on this mouse. On the bottom of the mouse, it does have an on and off switch and a DPI button, which the DPI goes up to 16,000 on this mouse. The side buttons aren't terrible, but they are a little mushy in some spots. Which is okay because the clicks still feel really solid and responsive. Here's how it sounds. Take a listen. Now that we went through all the specs, let's go ahead and talk about the weight, the skates, and the glide. Now this mouse is actually 53 grams and the skates do feel really solid. Once I got it on the mouse pad, glide felt really solid, and honestly, it has some really good skates on it. I'm going to say this because it does say it on Amazon, but I have not tested it myself. I'm just mentioning it in the video. It does have a software. I did not use it. I just plugged and played and it worked just fine. Moving on to the last and final mouse in this list, and this is probably my favorite. This is the Kasona M600. It's the most expensive mouse on this list, but for good reason. $37.99, and it does have a lot of features and things that come in the box that I'm going to show you guys in a second. Everything that comes in the box is the mouse, then a orange braided cable with a range extender, glass gates, and on top of that, some rubber grips for the mouse. You get all of that for $37.99, which is pretty affordable. Let's take a look at the mouse up close. The side buttons are really solid. Press nice and they feel great and responsive. Scroll wheel feels really nice as well. It's got up to 80 hours of battery life and it uses USB Type-C to charge it. This mouse is 55 grams and it does not feel like that at all. Once I got it on the mouse pad, you guys can see it was just gliding all over the place. It felt consistent and it felt very smooth. In my personal opinion, this is one of the best mice on this list just because of the features, the things it comes with, and this does have a software as well.
Overall, all the mice that I showed in this video, yes, there's a lot of great options, but I want to tell you about the two that I really liked out of this video, especially since the quality and my personal testing I've enjoyed playing the most on.
The first one is the X44 by Ioso.
This mouse is by far the best budget mouse on this list. It's 20 bucks, and if you're looking just to play games on a good mouse, this has great glide, it's very lightweight, and I was very surprised at the quality of this mouse compared to everything out on this list. If you're looking for the lowest budget mouse that you can possibly get that's halfway decent,
the X44 is perfect.
Now, if you're looking to spend a couple more dollars and you want something really good with some extra customization options, then I would go with the Kasona M600. This mouse has glass gates, rubber grips on the mouse, and a braided cable with an extension, with a range extender that will also help out your range on this mouse. And the battery life on this thing is pretty incredible. If you're looking to spend a little bit more money and you want more customization features, the Kasona M600 mouse is probably the best for you. Make sure to like and subscribe because it would help out a lot. We're trying to hit 100K on the channel. We're almost close to getting a plaque. I appreciate you guys' continued support and make sure to watch this video next. Bye, have a good one.